What we're looking at is a bunch of ice, and below that we have a lighthouse. And the look that we're going to go for is we're going to make it look like we have a very cold lighthouse, or a lighthouse kind of encased in ice kind of look. That is the look we're going for. And in order to do that, we have to put a mask on our ice layer, and we're going to selectively choose areas that we want to show on the lighthouse. So with the ice layer selected, we're going to click on the Add Mask, and when it's white, it means it's showing everything in the layer. And when it is black, it means it's not showing anything. So what we're going to do is kind of flip-flop the black and white. You want your foreground color to be black. We're going to take the paint bucket. We're going to make sure we click right in the thumbnail. We don't want to change the image. We want to modify the thumbnail. And then we're going to click. And if you are at 100%, which mine wasn't, if you're at 100%, you should see total black in there. And then what we are going to be doing is choosing the paintbrush, and then we are going to be painting in white, but we're not going to do 100%. We're going to adjust the opacity, and we're going to bring some of that ice through. And we need to pick a brush. The brushes that you're probably going to want to use are the natural brushes. If you're not sure if you have them displayed or not, I do a lot with brushes. You can click on the widget, go to natural brushes, and click on append. I do not think those are the ones we want. Let's try that again. Go to basic brushes. Let's append those. Yeah, those look more normal. Okay, and then you're going to choose, I tend to like the little softer ones. So you're going to choose a size. Hardness you want near 0. And the size you can adjust here, or you can use your right bracket or left bracket. And then the way you can bring that ice through, you can paint in white at 100%, and that will bring it through 100%. Or you can paint in gray. That'll bring portions of it through. Anything you want to fully display, you're going to paint white. Anything you want to fully hide, you are going to paint black. And anything that you want to be like semi-transparent kind of thing, you're going to use gray. Right now we have black, and that is why we don't see any of the ice. And so the thing that I like about this is that if you don't like it, like if you bring something through and you don't like it, then you just paint over it in black and it goes away. As long as the thumbnail here is what's active, you can hide things, you can display them, you can pretty much do whatever you want. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose a gray. Now the closer the gray is to white, the more of that image that you're going to see. See, it's gray, but I'm getting a lot of the ice coming through. What I really want here is a lot of the ice. And I want the lighthouse to kind of look like it's encased in this ice. We had some kind of an Arctic freeze. Now you might think, why is it showing more and more as I go over it? Because I have opacity at 50%. If it was 100%, it wouldn't do that. And that kind of comes to personal preference, you know, how much you want to come through. Just kind of want it to get to the look you're going for. And I'm kind of going for ice encrusted lighthouse here. And I'm going to switch to white, but I'm going to decrease the opacity. Because I don't want to fully cover this. I just want it to look a little more frosty. Now, what happens if you cover up too much of the lighthouse? Well, if you cover up too much, then you're probably going to want to maybe go full white, or actually full black. Let's see if I go full black at 100%, I can get that back, see? And then you may think, oh, gee, that doesn't look very frosty, but we're going to adjust the color on this. So what you're focusing on right now is where you want the ice to display. Okay, and we'll worry about, you know, adjusting the color in a minute here. And if you look at your thumbnail, you can see I've got lots and lots of gray, some white, some black. And that is how I want it to look. Yours might look a little different, and that's okay. They don't have to look the same. Now, to make this look even a little bit more frosty, we are going to add a vibrance adjustment layer. And we're going to decrease the saturation here just a little bit. And it makes it look colder. And that's kind of what we're going for. We want it to look really cold. Okay, and then if I turn off the adjustment, turn it back on, you can see that it does make it look a little cooler. And at this point, I would save my changes because I am done.